Alright, so I think Onision saw my last video, and I don't think he liked the fact that I said he had a 2-inch chode. How's it going, everybody? This is Rob of Novakast, back with another video, and I want to kind of give you guys, break down how my morning went, start off before I came across this. I was working late, so I went to bed around, let's say, 4 in the morning, woke up around noon-ish, got on my laptop to see if there's anything new, which, to everybody who are new subscribers, thank you guys so much, and I got a notification, or at least somebody sent me something, that Onision posted another video, and boy is he pissed.
Hey guys, I hope you don't mind, but I got a rant regarding this whole lawsuit business where I'm gonna get in trouble for hearing something and then telling other people what I heard.
Dude, stop with the word game. You were slandering people. That's why people are going to sue you.
Absolute just the concept of that. The only way that would make sense is if I signed a non-disclosure agreement. But no, I heard something from someone directly saying something happened to them, and I told other people that they said it happened to them, and now I'm allegedly going to get sued.
Okay, no. When it comes to something like this, you gave information, or at least little information. You just spewed that these people were quote-unquote predators, and then you went with that information. And you don't give people information, or at least enough information, to look into the whole situation or themselves. So that makes you look really bad, as well as you slandering people. Seriously, again, in your tiny fucking brain, how do you not get that? I'm what? Let's say I'm 28 years old. You have a few years above me, and I know that more than you? That's kind of sad, isn't it?
I don't think I've ever heard of a more frivolous lawsuit than simply passing on what someone else said and notifying everyone else that someone else said it and not me.
So is this going to be another video where you repeat yourself 10 times thinking that the more times you repeat it, the more people are going to believe you? It's not going to work.
I think that if you believe in freedom of speech whatsoever, then at the bare minimum, you should be able to hear something and then tell others that you heard that something. What the f***?
Okay, yeah. I mean, if you allegedly heard something, then if you want to talk about it, go ahead. But it means jack shit for the people that are suffering from from sexual assault if they don't go to the authorities. And also, and I have to say this again because for some reason you don't get it. If, let's say, the courts find that the information you have been giving about people is false, you're object to be liable or slander for what you said about these individuals. By which case, the ultimate thing that will happen is your ass gets sued, you lose money. And if we're lucky, maybe you lose your YouTube channel in the process. Who knows?
Regardless, I wanted to talk about a basic, everyone should know this concept. Bill Cosby, he violated what? Was it 30 women? Was it 60 women? It was a ton of women. And you know how he did that? You know how he got away with it for so long? Because of dip who say, oh, only one person can tell that story. Only one person can notify the public that something happened, and that's the victim.
Look, I know it's a scary thing, especially with people. I honestly, I'm going to say this. I could never guess what people who have suffered from sexual assault go through. But, and I know that it's probably, or at least I would assume, that it'd be almost both scary and embarrassing to go through having to go to the police and talk about stuff like that. But the biggest issue is if these people don't talk, or at least go to the right people instead of talking to some idiot on the internet, the individual will do it again and again and again. And no dipshit on the internet that has been proven to lie continuously is the right person to talk to when it comes to shit like this.
So let me get this straight. Someone endures horrible, horrible crime, i.e. being raped, and now you are saying that they have to come forward, like they have a responsibility, that they solely, all the weight is on their shoulders to humiliate themselves and present themselves to the world and say, this happened to me? Really? That's what you're saying?
That's one way, or that's one thing to say, but at the same time, my whole argument was, I don't think that people who are alleged victims should be going to some idiot on the internet. Again, especially being one of the worst offenders of slander.
Because listen, there are a lot of brave people out there who are fully capable of stepping forward and saying, this happened. And those people are just heroes. They are as heroic as it gets. Like, it's so brave of them to share their story despite how humiliated they might feel. But there are human beings who don't want to be humiliated. They don't want to step forward. They don't want to pursue the case because the case might not even go through, and then the asshole gets off with it and they're still at square one. No justice, but now they're humiliated.
Okay, at this point, I don't even think this is about the victims. Or, sorry, supposed victims. This is about you being right and you wanting to talk about shit that, or at least, slandering people. Trying to prove yourself to be right and justifying yourself. Because at this point, all I'm hearing is me, me, me. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this. No. You shouldn't be the one to talk about this. I think if these people were real, they should be going to other people besides you. You manipulative piece of shit.
So you're asking them to do that on top of being violated. Like you're telling them that they now have a job to do. Not only were they violated, but now they have a really strenuous task that's going to defeat them emotionally, mentally, and maybe even physically.
No, what we're saying is that the alleged victim should go to somebody else but you to discuss this, or to talk about this, as well as possibly going to the police. Because there'd be anybody else better than you.
Depending on how long they're in court. That's what you think. You think that that's the way to handle things. To guilt the victims into doing it while saying nobody else can help them or nobody else can stand up and speak for the sake of not only them, but for the sake of others. So I recently came out with a list of people who other people informed me that had violated those people.
Which, A, did not give us enough information to prove whether or not that the quote-unquote allegations were real, especially when it comes to your father, as well as this Jurgensen individual, and as well as the whole thing with Miss Repsion. The only reason you're pinning this whole thing on Repsion right now is because you hate his guts. That's the only reason why you trump, or kind of put Repsion's name in this, is because you want to try to do whatever you can to try to damage his reputation. And again, I have to make this reference again, but you did this once before with Shane Dawson, trying to call him a predator, a pedophile. And look where that got you. My advice for you would to probably stop where you're at now and accept the legal ramifications that you already are in. If you are being taken to court, that is. But still, I would still shut up.
I just revealed either first name or last name in my videos as to not violate policy.
You also did that because you don't want people to research it to prove that it's actually true.
But people are actually, and this is what I don't understand about the internet, people are actually mad at me. Can you believe that? There's people who are like, oh, nah, let's keep the identity of the rapist secret.
Let's keep the identity of the rapist secret.
Ah, nah, let's not help out the victim. Let's just go ahead and ignore it.
Let's just go ahead and ignore it.
And pretend it didn't happen.
Okay, no. Now you're putting words in our mouth. We never said that. Okay? We said, at least for me anyway, that these whole stories that you're pulling out of your ass when it comes to allegations towards certain people, as well as Mr. Repsion, I thought they were fake. I still think they're fake because we don't have enough information as it is. We only hear it from you. You're the only person we hear it from. And I'm sorry, again, time and time again, it's kind of been apparent that your word means jack shit. Okay? You have constantly lied about every little thing on your channel. Every bit of drama you've been in with Billy, the IRS, the wetlands, just naming a few, you have lied to your audience, claiming yourself to be the victim. Claiming that you're the one that's in the right when you are not.
I swear to God, you people are so stupid, it blows my mind. How do you think justice happens? Like, what are the statistics? If nobody else helps out any victim of any crime except for the victim of the crime, what do you think the odds are that stories are going to start building up of the predators? I genuinely hate aspects of society because of moves like this. Think about it this way. Somebody robs your neighbor's house, right? Somebody robs your neighbor, and your neighbor is too scared to tell anybody about it. Let's say they said, if you go to the police, I'm going to kill you, or something like that. But the neighbor does tell his neighbor that something did happen and yeah, he was robbed. So that neighbor decides to tell the public, hey, watch out, there's a robber in the neighborhood. And now the whole neighborhood knows to be more safe, lock their doors, etc.
Well, then I would have to assume that the neighbor is a trusted member of the community. Somebody who has never lied to his neighbors. Somebody who is very honest as well as, you know, very supportive, as well as not harassing people. Which, by the way, you have none of those qualities.
This is what you guys propose, you dumb. You propose that, oh, you heard your neighbor got broken into? Well, it's their responsibility to tell everybody. And better not tell my other neighbors because that's not my business, I guess. So now your other neighbor gets broken into, only he gets murdered now. And the other neighbor and the other neighbor. But it's not your responsibility to warn innocent people of a f***ing predator in the neighborhood because that's the job of the victim who's already suffering enough. Oh my God, you people are...
Well, using your analogy, what if the individual, again, is at this point a nuisance to society, somebody who constantly causes problems for the neighbors? Like one of those evil neighbors that you would see on YouTube, that or neighbors from hell, where they cause a lot of problems for the neighbor, and it's to the point where they have to record every little thing that the individual does. Are we really going to take those people seriously? Of course not. And it's a damn shame, but again, we're not going to take those people seriously because they're a huge problem.
So if I were to go to court and sit in front of a judge, and the judge is like, oh, you did something bad here, I would ask, okay, so what am I supposed to do when, I don't know, I find out someone was beaten by their husband, or someone was murdered? What about all the other crimes? Is the only crime that we put all the responsibility on the victim to report? If you have a sister, or a brother, or a mother, or a father, or a daughter, or a son, know that a lot of predators, they don't stop at one. They violate people throughout their whole lives because they're sick, disgusting freaks who have an itch that they want to scratch, and one person doesn't scratch it for their whole life. So what you got to do is you got to stand up for the victims. Oh my God, how do you not know this? You spineless. You stand up for the victims and you speak for the sake of not only them, but for the people that could also be hurt by the same person they were hurt by. All right, dumb mother? Cool.
Okay. I'm going to say this right now. I want to get a hold of Repsion and ask him for updates on this whole lawsuit if he decides to do it. Get all of his information and stuff on that. Because, dude, this fucker deserves it. This individual deserves every little bit of backlash that he's been receiving. When it comes to a lot of the shit that's been going on, you put yourself in this situation, not us. You want to talk and lie about individuals' credibility, and you're paying for it. Basically that. You are paying for your own transgressions, dude. Alright, so I think I'm going to end this here. I have a feeling he's probably going to upload like 3 more videos of like, oh, I'm the victim. Which we'll probably end up responding to. Alright, I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you have any comments, please leave it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say, especially when it comes to this fuck shtick. If you are newcomers, please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, especially people who have been following us already. Like and share. And for those people who, you know what, I'm going to say this. If you felt like this was very discouraging or whatever with what he says in his videos, if you guys want to check out my Let's Plays, which I kind of have in the background of the content I upload, please feel free to check it out. Anyways, this is Rob of Novakast signing off. Have a good one and take care. Peace. Also, hashtag Onision, get a life.